I'm Eric Fuchs, Senior Contributing Analyst at The Street, and they just don't get it. We're here today to talk to you about how Best Buy's earnings reported yesterday were like twigs over a jungle track. They look fine, or at least better than expected, and a lot trumpeted these earnings as evidence of a comeback. The Associated Press, for example, termed the earnings, quote, sorely needed good news. But there was a lot less there than meets the eye, a lot less. Best Buy's tax rate was far lower, and the shares outstanding count was also lower. But the Associated Press, and Forbes for that matter, and plenty of others didn't even mention these factors. They mentioned nothing about the tax rate or the shares outstanding, both of which have absolutely nothing to do with operations. MarketWatch touched upon the lower tax rate, but gave no specifics. And Barron's kind of did the same, mentioning the decreased share count, but not giving us any fill out. Look, last year's first quarter, the tax rate was 34.6%. It was down by about 400 basis points this quarter, and shares outstanding went from somewhere in the area of 400 million down to below 350 million. That is considerable in both cases. Also, there was an extra week this quarter. Now, that was factored into expectations, obviously, but did give the revenues, which were up over 2%, a shine that they didn't deserve. The Wall Street Journal did well, at least there, to back that out and say without that, they're actually down 4.3%, which is more like it. The Journal, though, didn't talk about shares outstanding and the tax rate. Hey, look, here's the deal. Best Buy is operating in consumer electronics, perhaps the most competitive field in the history of commerce. The industry is littered with the corpses of old companies. And here, Best Buy needs to compete with Apple and Amazon, some of the best operators in existence. It's going to be really, really hard. So if you have somebody welcoming, quote, sorely needed good news, just make sure that what they're talking about are results that had to do with operations, not flukish tax rates and shares outstanding. Here's what you need to know. Number one, Best Buy is coming back. Not. Number two, their earnings look better than they were. Number three, always beware of variables, especially tax rate and shares outstanding, that the media tend to skip over. If you disagree with me, and you won't, feel free to email me at marek.fuchs@thestreet.com. And remember, they just don't get it.
This market is fueled
Stock tickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to